Good evening, fans, and at long last, we are moments away from the kickoff here in TowneBank Stadium in Newport News, Virginia. We have such an exciting matchup here between two very strong teams. Only one can advance to the Final Four in this year's USL 2 Playoffs. We've got the Little Rock Rangers coming out of the Mid-South, and from the Southeast Division, it's the Villages SC. Villages SC with an impressive record, 10-1-3 so far this year. The Rangers 10-2-2. They finished up second in the Mid-South Division. And just about 5 days ago or so, they set an attendance record in the USL 2 of 7,723 fans in attendance at their last game. And they're out to this Newport News tilt. They defeated the AHFC Royals by a score of 2-0, did the Rangers, and then beat Texas United, the team that finished over top of them first in the division, also by a score of 2-0. Corvino and Phillip were the goal scorers in that first contest, and then Coca and Campisi in that second 2-0 victory. It was their first USL playoff appearance, and what a start it's been for them. Just one win away from the Final Four. So the Little Rock Rangers wearing the red uniforms, the Villages SC in yellow. And the Buffalo, we mentioned their strong record, 10-1-3, as they get things started over here as it heads deep into their own territory, and the goalkeeper has this one settle at his feet. Goalkeeper Matthias Teapo. As we get the lineup for the Buffalo, number 5, Pedro Santos, number 10, Lucas Mauro, number 11, Fred Pereira, number 13, Leonardo.
This is the picture you like from this half space here. In their move block, there's still a half space underneath. I think the 24 is like a single pivot.
Villages trying to turn down the line. Hopefully the audio issues have been sorted out. Another chance here for the Villages as they prepare their second corner of the contest. Service from the far side of the field. Swinging past the goalkeeper, but it's headed away. Buffalo able to recover. Second chance coming in. Acrobatic effort. But offsides is the call from the official. Another good chance there from the Villages. Really putting the pressure on when they have the ball going forward. Created certainly a couple chances already here inside the 18 of the Little Rock Rangers. Whereas for the Rangers, it just hasn't quite been as dangerous when they've had the ball down at the other end of the field. Tiepo has yet to really make a save or even be pressured at all between the sticks. Possibly a chance here as it's given away. Guillen cross towards the center of the field. Fortunately for the Buffalo, no one was there wearing a red jersey, and instead they were able to pick it up as they now head down the other direction. Ferreira pass into the center of the field, right back out wide to Morrow. Couple step overs inside of the 18. His cross finds Carrera on the other side. Back through and headed away by Doyle. An aerial challenge just outside the 18. Sees Little Rock come away with the ball. So they're just trying to clear it outside of their own half. They're able to do so, but turning it over in the process. As the Villages look to prepare another attack. Mensch. Short pass off to Santos, but that's given away. Picked up by the Villages in the center of the field. Good chance here as they pick up a foul. Fred Ferreira gets fouled just outside the 18. And a chance for a good free kick for the Buffalo. And really from this situation, you want to test Wroblewski. Ten yards being marked out for the wall. Morrow standing behind this one with Carrera. Four men in the wall for the Rangers. They have quite a bit of real estate to cover as Morrow steps back. Carrera as well. We'll see who takes this one. Morrow takes a couple measured steps, fires off the wall, just over the bar. Very nearly the opener for the Villages as they get set for another corner kick, their third one here in the first half, inside 13 minutes. That's something that the Rangers have to be cautious of. Morrow is quite a game changer as he gets set for another corner. Comes this one towards the back post. Wroblewski punches it away. And that's helped along by one of the defenders. Villagers have to slow things down. It just barely crossed over the sideline on the far side of the field for another Buffalo throw. Too many red jerseys able to slow down the attack of Carrera. So they get the turnover inside their own half, but now have to come outside of their own territory. They're able to do so, but at what cost? It's another turnover for the Stags as they try and transition into the attacking third of the field. They've already had a difficult time here this evening, just making that switch through the midfield. We'll see if they're going to be able to adapt and change their tactics. As the contest goes on, Village is doing a nice job able to just slow down the Rangers enough to force them to reconsider opportunities going forward. With 4 in the back and then 2 defensive midfielders, Ferreira and Santos. Just those extra bodies in the middle of the field, making things extra difficult for the Stags. Throw-in goes all the way to Wroblewski as he clears it away out of bounds. Second chance for the Buffalo. Aruda has this one taken off his foot. Phillip going forward, gets the pass over to his right-hand side. Cross coming back towards him in the middle. Good grab by Tiepo. It's the first dangerous chance that Little Rock has had. But Matthias Tiepo ready and waiting. The ball was down on the other side of the field. He was still making sure that his head was in the game. So he was staying loose and limber, stretching out inside his own 18. Almost like he knew that ball was going to come his way sooner rather than later. Another methodical attack building for the Buffalo. First in the Southeast Division for a reason, is they're a very strong team and they love to play possession as well as controlling the pace of the game. And so far, that's what they've been able to do here. They're not overly aggressive on defense either. Slowly making their way to try and shut down passing angles before quickly trying to pounce in. And you saw they're getting a touch on the ball on that last pass. Unfortunate that they give away a foul in the process. One of the teams that's most difficult to play against is a patient one. Part of the idea of having the ball in your defense is that it draws out the opposition from inside their own half, makes the numbers game a little bit less of an advantage for the defending squad. As Phillip gets called for a foul, he's not happy with that. When you have a team like the Villages who's just content to let you have the ball inside your own half, they're very disciplined to stay in that formation as well. Almost defeats the purpose of sending it, or at least half the purpose of sending it into your defense. It's over with Lucas Morrow on the right wing, looking to make something happen, sends it across, but it's knocked away immediately by Doyle. Doyle marking him closely as the captain for the Stags. Certainly has his hands full over on the left side of the Little Rock formation. Cesar Sancho equally tasked as well over on the opposite side of the field. Able to deflect that subsequent cross from coming in. Another throw-in for the Villages. Nearly along the end line as it's booted away. Took a deflection off a Buffalo player. It'll be a throw-in for Little Rock. As we'll see here how this attempt goes for the Rangers. Trying to get out of their own half. They have to cross this line through the midfield, and again, unable to keep possession as they cross the halfway line. Another big win for the Buffalo midfield. As time and time again, Little Rock is knocked on the halfway line. Just trying to find a way through, unable to do so. Just means that your defense is just that much extra less tired. We still have quite a bit of energy later on into the game, especially here on such a hot evening. Easily above 90 degrees almost the entire day here in Newport News. Good throw in towards the center of the field, gets brought back out wide. With speed, able to keep it inbound was Campisi. The referee will say it just went over the sideline. Tried to get a touch on it, but just unsuccessful. Quick throw from Mensch across the center. Mendez wants to keep the progress going. Move up the field. Morrow's available and open over on the right side of the formation, but brought down from behind. No call from the official. He says it was a clean tackle down on the field. Phillip gets the ball off his foot. Coca, he's tripped up. Seems like it was over his own feet. So there's another no call by the referee. Mensch to Ferreira. Right along the sideline. Ambitious effort from Dubé. Morrow able to skip past him with ease twice. Morrow wanted that ball his way just a little bit quicker last time. Ferreira able to keep it though. Now we'll see if he feeds Morrow along the sideline. Morrow takes it. Aruda on the overlapping run. Gets it on the edge of the box. Cross towards the middle, headed away towards the far side and cleared away by the defense. Good clearance by Cesar Sancho. Able to recognize that ball coming his way. Played off the man just enough to tempt the Villages into sending across that direction. Quickly came in to make the challenge. Aruda takes it in stride along the sideline. Working his way towards the middle now. One defender to slow him down. Cuts it back to Morrow. On his right foot, headed away. Jablowski had that one covered. Out the other direction now for the Rangers as Phillip can't get ahead of the defenders. And again, trying to cross that center line in the middle of the field with possession on another unsuccessful attempt for Little Rock. Good turn from Aruda. In the center of the pitch, gets it to a teammate, but a heavy touch turns it over. Stags trying to turn things around here in the 23rd minute. They're certainly not down on the scoreline. They're feeling the tempo of the game that the Buffalo have brought so far. It's been troubling them just a bit. As again, they give it away, another unforced error from the Rangers. Keeping this one alive is Mensch. He's stopped by the ball immediately by one of the defenders. Kai Phillip able to drop it back. John Coca to make that tackle on defense. All in past the back line, but forwards just one step ahead of them as Guillen will be brought back. One offsides call going against either side. An unfortunate way to end that last attack for Little Rock. They finally have something going into the attacking third with possession. And a slight miscalculation and literally a misstep. Pablo Guillen saw himself just a couple feet on the wrong side of the defender. Quick step, forced a turnover. Beltran, good pressure by him. Kai with misplaced pass, miscommunication between him and Guillen. Another pass goes amiss for Little Rock. Now the Village is on the attack. Who else but Morrow, the focal point of the offense over on this right wing. Dishes it out wide to Mensch. Across, parried away by Wroblewski. Now the Stags trying to go through the center of the field. Finally get it out wide to Phillip. 2 defenders on his back. They're able to win the 2-on-1 situation. Numbers game certainly paying off. Well, just a little bit of frustration beginning to show. So early in the contest, you quickly have to correct that mental state. There's over an hour of soccer left to be played here at TowneBank Stadium. In this first of 2 playoff games here tonight. Coming up after this contest, Ocean City Nor'easters taking on the hosts Lionsbridge FC. Ferreira swings across off the body of one of his teammates. Wroblewski comes out to make the grab, really taking out one of his defenders in the process. We see Matheus Ferreira making his way back towards the center of the formation, swapping back with Lucas Morrow. As the Stags now have it inside the Village's half. They've got possession as well. Now they're trying to make something happen. Bit of space towards the center of the field. Also found out wide with Doyle. Excuse me, that's Coca. Inside the 18. Tries to play between a defender's legs, but unable to do so and find a teammate as well. Morrow fighting to stay up. He had an advantage, he thought. Had to keep it going. And it's brought back by the official. Another quick restart. Nikolai Mensch sending it all the way back to Tiepo in goal. Santos taking his time before picking out Morrow. Dished in towards the middle. Firing, but Ferreira's shot was blocked. Trying to keep the attack alive. They'll slow things down, drop it back. Get a second look at things as more and more red jerseys dropping back to help out with the defense. Good pass to make it over to the sideline. Now a chance to go in towards the middle. Knocked away by the defense. And Coca clears it out wide for Phillip. Phillip slows it down. Now Coca drops it back even further. Kusaneski. Couple of short passes to his teammates. Stalling things out, waiting for a good opportunity. As Doyle looks to join the attack on the bottom of the field for Little Rock. Challenge up through the middle. Yasha Duby wins the initial one. It's headed over by Santos to Ferreira. Now a chance, left side, Carrera. Cross in towards the middle is deflected by Campisi. Greener really had to hustle back and pick up for his defenders. And our last quick counterattack by the Buffalo. Another corner kick coming up. Village's 4 corners compared to just the one for Little Rock. Delivery towards the middle of the field, punched away by the goalkeeper. Second chance. Offsides is the call, despite Wroblewski getting to the ball first. The teams make their way over to the sideline for the first hydration break of the evening. It's been a difficult task so far for the Rangers. Try and get into that attacking third, as it's been all too easy for the Buffalo to do that on the opposite end of the field. It seems like time and time again, they're easily able to transition into the attacking third. In the end, they just can't get shots on target. That's where the Rangers have been succeeding in putting bodies in front of the ball carriers, just making sure that no shooting lanes are open. Passing lanes, sure, go ahead, take your time, bring the ball around the formation wherever you'd like, as long as it's not headed towards our goalkeeper. I think part of the difficulties that the Stags have been having so far is that when they bring the ball up the field, there's only a couple players. You only are seeing Phillip and maybe Coca as well situated near the center line. There's the gap between the forwards and the midfielders, making it almost impossible to bring the ball forward. Part of that, this might be the uneasiness coming from the midfielders of the Rangers, trying to situate themselves in that almost attacking formation, because they know how quickly the Buffalo can counter. They're a team that loves possession, and as soon as they get it, they try and punish you every single time. The two squads slowly make their way back out onto the field. Rangers find themselves ready. Swablewski is going to restart the action for us. Tomasz Wroblewski gets the go-ahead from the center official to resume play. This is probably going to be quite a good chance for the Rangers. They already have the numbers up in midfield. They'll try and bring this ball forward. This one goes over the head of Doyle. It's picked up by a teammate, Coca. And now it's dropped back into the defense. And already you can see the formation sort of drifting apart in the center of the field. Fortunate though for the Stags, they win the ball back. Dubé into the defense. Rangers trying to play a patient game over along the far sideline. Guillen in towards the middle. Pressure coming from Coca though. Guillen gets it back. Fires off a left-footed shot swallowed by the goalkeeper. Second real chance that Tiepo has had to face here this evening. Only 33 minutes in. The first shot he's faced, the earlier attempt, it was the corner that he was able to pick out of the air. Just a cross that he was able to pick off. The corner in the first couple minutes just bounced harmlessly off the crossbar. As much as the Rangers would love to just keep possession for themselves, and that's why they bring the ball all the way back towards their defense. Given the end result of the situation, more often than not, almost seems like it would just be better to try and make something out of nothing instead of just a giveaway to the Buffalo. There's the huge gap between the forwards and the midfielders, making things near impossible for the Rangers to make that transition up the field. Now Phillip has this one roll between his legs out of bounds, throw in for the Buffalo. They look to move it through Mensch. He gets the throw. And Ferreira will drop it back. They'll slow things down, switch sides of the field as Mendez takes it out towards the wing. He dropped all the way back to Tiepo. Boots it up. Morrow able to pick it up. Right side, sliding tackle, cross in towards the middle. Villages can't finish. Golden opportunity to match the jerseys of the Buffalo, and they can't put the opening goal on the board just yet. Fifth foul for the Rangers. Morrow just trying to play peacemaker. Here's another good opportunity here at TowneBank Stadium. Try and find the go-ahead goal from a set piece. Although from this distance, you'd have to think that likely he'll try and find a teammate. Morrow gets set. Fires in a ball towards the back post. Headed down, pushed away by Wroblewski. Corner kick coming up. There's 5 fouls from the Stags, matched by the 5 corners for the Villages now. As Carrera gets ready. Towards the middle of the field, punched away by the goalkeeper out towards the near sideline. Be out of bounds for another corner kick. Mateus Ferreira able to just shield the ball out of bounds. Not too much pressure though to try and contest it. Second service takes place. A line drive through the middle of the field, just wide of the goal. Wroblewski couldn't believe that his defense or midfielders weren't able to pick up the man in the center of the pitch, coming through unhindered. Another chance just goes wide though. Transition now to the middle of the field. Guillen over to Dubé. Has to keep the forward progress going, and he does, sending this one to the corner, but it's a little too far forward for the rest of his teammates in the field as well, as it rolls out for a goal kick. Certainly some progress being made. We're able to get a good attempt in towards the Buffalo 18-yard box. 39 minutes already played. So we're approaching the end of the first half. See how much stoppage time is coming up. Morrow signaling to his teammates, as well as maybe Tiepo, to try and find him over on the wing as he slowly makes his way inside the 18 to try and be the recipient of a cross from the opposite side of the field. The ball goes out of bounds though for a Stags throw-in. Little Rock tasked with coming out of their own territory yet again. Phillip has it taken right off his foot. He's had quite a difficult night so far. Things weren't going his way after 20 minutes, and after nearly 40, the struggles have continued. A chance here for Ferreira, broken up by the defender. Looks like that one was Doyle. Another corner kick for the Villages. And they'll have to have better pressure inside of the middle of the field. The Rangers, that is. Just make sure that players don't go through unmarked. This one towards the back post. So just past Andrade. We'll say, though, that the Buffalo touched it last. We'll be out for a goal kick. Out wide to the right-hand side. And a fatal error there as Santos able to take it away. Edge of the 18. Foul committed, though, by Aruda. Just a bit too aggressive to get back on the attack. Free kick from just outside the 18. Another good chance for the Rangers to try and just bypass the issues that they've been having in the middle of the field with this free kick. Goes up to Phillip. He can't win the header. It's picked up by Morrow. Throwing for the Buffalo. Good chance to start another attack. Morrow moving quickly. Mensch with the give and go towards the sideline. Excuse me, the end line is all towards the middle. And just right at the feet of Wroblewski. That one rolling right along the end line. Straight to the goalkeeper. And again, Wroblewski asking that his team just move up the field. Try and give him just that extra bit of space. He sets the ball down. This one goes over Santos' head. Miscue for the Villages, but they're able to right the ship soon enough. Pair of fouls. It looks like it'll be a yellow card handed out, the first one of the game. In the 43rd minute, that one's handed out to Pablo Guillen. A free kick. In typical Villages fashion, they'll play this one slow. Try and preserve the possession game. Just looking for a good chance to go forward. Mendez sends it over to the sideline. Gets it back from Ferreira. Aruda dishes it out wide this time. Mendez, once again, he sends the ball up the field. A bit of a break for the Villages before they put on the gas for a moment. Before they put gas back on. Morrow gets the give and go. Left-footed effort off target. Couldn't get his foot around the ball enough to send it towards the goal. Maybe catching a bit more grass than he would have liked. Bluski boots it up. Settled down for just a moment by the Rangers before immediately cleared back away. The other half. The Stags along the sideline. Try and play the ball up towards a teammate to get it through the midfield, but sniffed out by Matheus Ferreira. Counterattack coming. Carrera has his cross disrupted. Ball goes out of bounds. There'll be another corner kick for the Villages. 8 corners so far here in the first half. Carrera heads over to get the ball back into the field of play. Delivery is towards the near post. Headed up and then headed away. Beltran able to get his foot on it. Phillip battling along the sideline. Gets the ball back. Plays it up the field and a bit of a haphazard effort. Yellow card coming out. That one being handed over to Lukasic. Pulling the jersey of Phillip. 3 minutes of stoppage time coming up. A pair of yellow cards handed out to both sides. One for each of them. Corvino standing behind the ball. Tries to send it out towards the wing. It's knocked out of bounds. This one will go the way of the Villages. Not too much of an argument put up by the Stags. There will be a free kick called. Mendez surveys the field. Perhaps one last big chance here for the Villages. They pick up a throw-in. Make the handoff and send it down the line. Fred Ferreira, 2-on-1. Gets the pass out. Can't get it back though. Recovered. Alvaro Carrera fires. Grabbed by the goalkeeper. Shot coming from Aruda. Another save made though for Wroblewski. He's had his hands full here throughout the first 45 minutes of this contest. Only been a couple of really dangerous chances though that he's been forced to make a big save. Phillips' header rolls out of bounds. Didn't quite get the angle he wanted. He's looking a bit tired. Hopefully we'll see him rejuvenated after the halftime break. About 20 minutes in, he went over to the sideline just for a quick drink of water. You can certainly tell from his body language he's a bit tired. He has to keep it up though. Foul just outside of the 18. Looks like it'll be a yellow card. Another one handed out. I believe that one was delivered to Mendez. It's a big chance here for the Rangers just before the halftime whistle. Coca was upended. Looks like Corvino will be taking this kick. 5 players in the wall for the Villages. Tiepo gets set. Firing up and over the crossbar. Nothing more than a goal kick. Here's the halftime whistles. We're going to take a brief pause here at TowneBank Stadium. Be right back in about 15 minutes or so for the second half of this matchup. Still everything to play for, nothing to split these two sides. As Villages SC taking on the Little Rock Rangers for a spot in the Final Four of the USL 2 Playoffs here at TowneBank Stadium in Newport News, Virginia. We'll be right back.
Hey, Mom, can I stay for dinner?
Come on in.
You always say the more the merrier. Your heart is just as big as their stomach. Your family always comes first. And with so many ways to save at Food Lion,
Can we keep him?
you can keep being you. You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
Stress fractures are diagnosed through a thorough history and physical exam in the office with us. Stress fractures can be treated by decreasing weight bearing through the affected bone. Sometimes that may require crutches, bracing, or casting. Then as the pain starts to get better, you can slowly start to incorporate cross-training with it and physical therapy to help correct any type of underlying muscular imbalances or biomechanical errors to take pressure off of the bone.
Hoops. They're everywhere, especially when it comes to banking. Lots of banks offer you big promises with their checking accounts, but there's always a hoop to jump through. At Langley, we don't like hoops. Our Smart Checking offers great features like getting your paycheck up to 3 days early, no monthly fees, and no minimum balances. No hoops, just straightforward banking with Langley. Open your Smart Checking account today.
As soon as you arrive, you'll see it in the people you meet and the way we follow through. At Bowditch Ford, your dealership experience will be one of total satisfaction. Our professional sales associates make buying easy, fast, and fun. And when it comes to service, experience better. From maintenance to repair to parts, collision, even our quick lane, we do it better. Your time is valuable and your dollars hard-earned. We'll take care of you. Bowditch Ford, a tradition of doing the right thing.
A yard without mosquitoes is always the most popular yard in the neighborhood.
They're home. Scatter.
Homeowners, consider yourselves warned.
Again?
Mosquito Joe, outside is fun again.
Great vision and healthy eyes are the goal at Peninsula Eye Care. Optometrists diagnose and treat many disorders of the eye and visual system and are a great addition to your healthcare team. We prescribe glasses, contact lenses, and medications to serve you. I'm Dr. David Buck, and if you're looking for a team that will care about you and is ready to listen, come see us at Peninsula Eye Care.
Now this is the best idea ever. The all-new Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla from Papa John's. We put the bold flavors of Doritos Cool Ranch all over our signature flatbread-style sandwich and created the zestiest flavor mashup ever. Oh, and some Doritos Cool Ranch dipping sauce? We thought of that too. Get the new Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla before it's gone. Only at Papa John's.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
In Newport News, talk to State Farm agent Jimmy Fay today.
before. Where have they gone? Huh? Oh, you must have gone. Makes sense to me. Were you playing down there, guys, or just? Playing a little. My assistant coach was playing, and he's like, we need players. Showed up. This game wasn't happening. We went out there. And like, we were sucking. Like, I'm not. And the other team had a man down. I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm like, come on, go risk it. Like, no, flat.
The teams make their way back out onto the field. We get set for the second half here at TowneBank Stadium in Newport News, Virginia, for another weekend of USL 2 playoffs. The Southern Conference final currently being played out between the Little Rock Rangers and the Villages SC. Coming up after this contest will be the Eastern Conference final between Ocean City Nor'easters and the hosts Lionsbridge FC. Nothing to split these two teams here so far. It's been a bit of a back and forth game, with the Villages having a bit more possession as well as control of the game, but Little Rock seemed to have changed things around, picked up the pace a little bit, finally found a method that got them into the attacking third of the field. And now we'll see if they can continue to find that success that they began to sort of manifest at the end of the first 45. Things really started to turn around for them after the hydration break, but now the Villages are going to get the second half started off the right way. Wlowski coming off his line to make that grab, taking it away from Carrera. But the big issue throughout the first half for the Rangers is just trying to have that midfield link up with the forward position when transitioning into an attack. The squad would just drift apart way too much and leave the forwards isolated. Specifically Kai Phillip. See him up very early on, inside the first 20 minutes, making his way over to the sideline to get a drink of water as he was having to hustle around quite a bit. Eight corners in the first half for the Villages. They're able to pick up yet another one. Here to start off the second 45. The jerseys making their way inside the 18. Delivery towards the front post, headed away by Phillip. Settled down by Carrera. It was picked up, taken the other way by Uneo. The substitute making an impact immediately in the game. In past back line, shot from distance, just off the side netting. Very nearly a quick punch, counter punch from the Rangers. really started from Kenshin Uneo. A substitute, he's in that center defensive midfield position, playing just in front of the back four. Fresh pair of legs, was able to break free from the midfield. Sort of bridge the gap up between the forwards. Nearly finding the opening contest, or the opening goal for this contest. Have to wait just a little bit longer. Villages start an attack of their own. Good body position by Aruda, able to keep the ball for his team. And now it goes over the sideline, out of play. Weather's still not cooling off too much here in Newport News, as we're in quite a bit of a weather delay as the Villages inside the 18 cross towards the penalty spot. Chance to try and set things up. The ball taken towards the outside by Ferreira. Another corner, though, to come from it for the Buffalo. As all day long, the weather's been well above 90 degrees. It was just deemed too hot by the USL2 rules and regulations for player safety for us to be able to start on time. Now it's finally dipped below 90 as Herrera sends in the corner towards the front post. Cleared away by the defense, and they bring it out towards the sideline. Uneo keeps the ball up to try and find Guillen. It's taken away by Lukasic. Mendez gets the ball over to the sideline. Good pass to find Mensch. His cross too high, overpasses everyone, rolls out for a throw-in. So only the one substitute in this game so far. Reneo coming in, and he certainly needs to be the proverbial spark plug to ignite this offense for the Rangers. As Morrow able to settle things down over along the sideline. 2-on-1, he's able to win a throw-in out of it. They try and move quickly. Lukasic with the throw. He gets it back, a little give and go with Aruda. His cross towards the middle, finds its way through everyone before it's picked up by Correa on the other side. Good wall pass inside of the 18. The official's flag is up. Maybe a free kick for the Rangers. Morrow beginning to try and find a home along the near sideline in front of the fans. Played almost the entirety of the first half over on the right wing, now finding himself situated on the left wing of the formation for the Buffalo. But still the same spot on the field. This time he's taking a bit more of a centralized role. Good ball control from Fred Ferreira. Offside flag is up. Oblowski able to come off his line and grab the ball. This will get brought back just a little bit. "11 yards out from the end line. Short pass to restart the action. Oblowski sends the ball up out of play. Unable to find Campisi. His head inside Buffalo territory. So now Phillip gets it. 2-on-1, cuts towards the middle. Gets past both defenders. Couldn't find a teammate in towards the middle of the field, though. As quickly as the counterattack started, it was thwarted by the Stags defense. Stepping quickly, his defender, Pisaneski. He has to be called upon again. Keeps the ball away from the Buffalo forwards. It gets dished out to Cesar Sancho. He plays it up top. Knocked away by Andrade. Carrera boots it up, and now both teams trying to fight for possession. It'll be a throw-in for the Stags. They do have a player down, though, inside their own half. A couple players trying to grab water as the medical staff waved onto the field. We're taking early hydration break here, it looks like, as water bottles being handed out to the players as they make their way over towards the sideline. Can't quite pick out who's down on the field for the Stags. He makes his way to his feet. Needs to hobble around just a little bit. Didn't look like a cramp or anything, which is certainly the good sign for Little Rock. As could be a bit worrying, though. Looks like it might be Doyle. Difficult to make out the number on the far side of the field, though. Maybe Pisaneski, one of the center backs. Notable absence for the Rangers. Another one of their defenders, number 4, Ethan Garvey. He's one of the top 5 in minutes for the roster. So not having him, especially a defender, in the lineup, certainly a big impact. Rangers have only conceded 6 goals so far this season. When it comes to a defensive unit, even just missing one member can change things drastically, as Philip really gets bodied off the ball, but he goes back far enough that the defender Andrade lets him go. All played out towards the opposite sideline by Sancho. Too much power behind it. Ball rolled out of play. Throwing for the Rangers in front of their own bench. We'll pick up another throw as Pisaneski back out onto the field. Seems to be carrying on for now. Throw in deep inside the 18, headed by Philip. Up over the bar, no real danger though. Tiepo will prepare a goal kick. Think about taking it quickly, but then decide against it. Push the team up the field. Three yellow cards already being given out tonight. First one went to Rangers number 7, Pablo Guillen. That was in the 43rd minute. And then 2 were handed out in stoppage time as Campisi can't get to the ball first. So Lukasic for the Villages. And then Mendez as well. 2 fouls, none of which resulted in anything too spectacular for Little Rock, despite giving away a free kick right in front of the 18-yard box. Tiepo launches this one down towards the other end, out of bounds. Throw-in coming up. The substitution first. It will be for the Rangers. Pablo Guillen coming out of the game. Coming on to replace him is Ethan Blake. Guillen listed as a midfielder, whereas Blake is a forward. I think that might be the right call for the Rangers. They've had quite a bit of difficulty, like I mentioned before, bridging that gap into the attacking third. It's really a takeaway there by Morrow. So now he's switched back over to the opposite side of the field. A goal kick, though, for the Rangers. I think another body up top will pay dividends for the Rangers as they try and transition into offense. Turn towards the center of the field. Corvino felt the pressure coming. Send it back to Wroblewski. Blake couldn't win the header. But a good tackle by Uneo wins the ball back for Little Rock. Counterattack coming towards the middle of the field. Shot from distance. Balls off a couple of defenders before the Buffalo recovered. Ferreira. A smart pass to Lukasic before he delivers it all the way to the other side of the field. Foul coming, and that's a good call by the official. Morrow wanted to see that one played out just a little bit more. He felt his team had possession as well as advantage. Mendez serves it out to Lukasic over on the sideline. Blake feels hard done by the call going against him. Good header by the defense of Little Rock to get it out. Down the line for Blake. Mendez comes in. It's a free kick called against Blake. Just inadvertently tripping up the defender in that last sequence. Certainly no card coming out. Just a warning for Blake to just settle things down a little bit. Of course, energy high levels coming into the game. A little bit more than halfway through. Still nothing to split the two squads. Want to inject a bit of life, but just getting a bit too physical. Is a dangerous chance there, and a good save by Wroblewski. Defense really with a catastrophic error, gift wrapping the ball to Aruda. Basically right inside the 18. Wroblewski coming up with a big stop, though. Another foul as Mateus Ferreira gets brought down. There's another yellow card, and this time it's handed out to Corvino. So a free kick just past the center circle. A generous 10 yards measured out by the official. Santos gets set to take this kick as bodies move around inside of the 18. The ball carried up along the right-hand side. Fire attempted by Ferreira. His header off the mark, though, as he was pushed around a little bit. Just from bodies inside the 18. No foul, though. As he tries to find one. He's making a claim to the official. We'll say, though, that it was Ferreira with the foul. Villages coming out of their own territory now, needing to turn up the pressure just a little bit. There's nearly another giveaway. So they can tell Little Rock are on the back foot, trying to take advantage of it. Carrera gets it away. Aruda on the edge of the box, turning towards the sideline to get a cross in. It's deflected out of play by Beltran for another Villages corner. I think that's definitely the right call by the Villages coaching staff. Have the players increase the tempo just that little bit extra, especially when we saw at the beginning of the first half, they were more than content to let Little Rock play with the ball, have it inside their own half. Now trying to force turnovers, run themselves a corner as this delivery is toward the middle of the field. Certainly helps to have a tall player like Phillip inside the 18 to win headers for you. As a Rangers fan, headed towards the goal, knocked down by Bluski. It was Mendez with the header. A bit dangerous there as Bluski couldn't hang on to it on the shot. Yes, of course, made the save. With so many bodies inside the 18, you really want your goalkeeper to be able to hold on to the ball, not allow any second chances to possibly come his way. Ball rolls out of bounds along the sideline. Buffalo now trying to work it around from a throw-in, 66th minute. We'll play this ball up right towards the center of the field. Picked off by the Rangers. Quick counterattack coming from the Buffalo before they slow things down. Aruda along the sideline. Campisi puts his foot in it. Able to find Uneo off the pass. Phillip gets pressured out towards the sideline. He goes down. Looks like he might be feeling a bit of a cramp coming on in his legs. There's two substitutes now ready and waiting for Little Rock. Looking at a bit of help from one of the opponents. He's trying to stretch things out in his left leg. It looks like coming into the game will be Lance Crabtree. He's one of the two players over on the sideline. Marvin Sabanda as well. Still down on the field is Phillip, or rather just off to the sideline is Lukasic, who's coming over to help him out. So Corvino as well as Phillip see their evening has come to a close here at TowneBank Stadium. Phillip and the trainers just moving just a bit further outside the field of play. The action can get underway once more. Phillip found himself right where Buffalo were looking to take a throw in. Now play resumes back inside their own half. Tiepo. His pass is picked off by Blake. Blake can't do anything with it. Instead, it's just taken right back for the Villages along the far sideline. Chance to find his way inside of the 18. Morrow cutting back. Now finds himself well with the midfielders. Trying to set things up again, but a miscue by Matteo Ferreira. He's able to get the ball back, though, for his squad. Over by the sideline again. 3 players inside the 18 waiting for a cross to come their way. Pereira, Morrow, and Carrera don't have anything ultimately go towards them. And instead, just right towards Robluski. Bit of a missed chance for the Villages. Little Rock can't make them pay as the pass just goes right out of bounds. Defense holds strong. The first touch for Sabanda. He tries to make something happen up top with Crabtree, the substitute, who's also positioned up towards the front of the formation. Battle on the far side of the field. All able to get picked up, though, by the Buffalo inside their own half. In the 70th minute, both teams just trying to be a little bit cautious as they don't want to overextend themselves too much and leave themselves open for a counterattack on the other side of the field. Especially the Villages being a bit more guarded than they have. Definitely think part of that has to do with the 2 new substitutes on the field for the Rangers. Both in those midfield and forward position. Last 3 substitutes as well, if you want to include Ethan Blake in the mix. Those fresh pairs of legs just have that much more speed, especially after a very hot day here in TowneBank Stadium. Good pass along the sideline, but it looks like it just rolled out across the sideline. Frustration showing by the winger. And quickly hustles back into his defensive position. Villages trying to keep the Stags inside their own territory. Another throw in for Little Rock. Villages right wing, cross in towards the middle, overpasses everyone out along the sideline. Another throw in for the Rangers. They've had a difficult time for all but 20 minutes or so breaking out of their own half. Have a good chance to do that once again here, though. They're able to make their way down the sideline with yet another throw-in. Flicked on, knocked down by Blake. Sabanda. Good pass by Crabtree, who's able to get it back. Blake, give and go. Inside the 18, Crabtree's towards the middle. Takes a deflection en route towards Crabtree. Sabanda settling it down on the edge of the box. Dishes it out wide. Bodies inside the 18, but a good grab and a good save by Tieppo. He's able to hold on to it. Let that last Little Rock attack, bringing it to a screeching halt. Fighting for positioning is Ferreira. He has a teammate down. He goes down. He's still trying to battle and continue his progress. With Sancho trying to stretch out his left leg. Now they'll slow things down for the Buffalo player down on the field. Back up is Aruda. It'll be a free kick for the Buffalo. Looks like Herrera will take this one. The Rangers get set defensively. A couple yards inside of their own 18. Ball is delivered just past the penalty spot, headed away by the defense. Little Rock trying to keep it away No call as it's dropped back, top of the formation, deflection just in front of the goal, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. But out of bounds for a corner, another one. And to mount pressure coming from the Buffalo. Wisniewski able to get that last touch on the ball, keeping it away from Wroblewski. 74th minute, corner. Towards the back post, headed out of bounds. Another corner just on the opposite side of the field coming up now. 5th corner of the half here for the Buffalo. Finished first place in the Southeast Division in the Southern Conference Finals. Nothing between them and the Rangers just yet. Another chance to find the opening goal. Morrow swings this one towards the middle, punched up by Wroblewski. Back inside the mix, and it's out for another corner kick. Defense certainly has their hands full here for the Rangers. It's going down by 1 at this stage to a team like the Villages. They certainly know it could be the end of the contest for them. And they're able to get this one through past the goalkeeper. The flag stays down, and the Villages up by 1. 76th minute, they find their opener. Mateus Ferreira, he's the one that's going to get credit for the goal. Crashing through the formation inside the 18 off the delivery from Morrow. Almost completely unmarked. And that's something that can't happen if you're one of the defenders. You have all your players inside the 18, and somehow someone is able to slip through. A big win for the Buffalo as they're able to go up by 1. The final hydration break of the match. The reason that it could be so devastating for the Rangers, in addition to just being trailing at this point, is how the Villages played the first 45 minutes of this contest and into the second half as well. They played such a controlled game, playing possession as well, making things very difficult for the Rangers to even get their feet on the ball, let alone have any meaningful possession. Villages very good at staying and sticking with their formation. They're able to get the ball, create passing lanes so well for each other. More than content to just sit back with the ball, let the opposition come towards them, and in the process opening up themselves on the back end. We'll see what Little Rock can do to answer. Looks like there's a couple more substitutes getting ready for Little Rock. Lindo Zwane coming into the game. He's going to take the place of Nick Doyle. And in also Masoud Porsa comes on to replace Koka. So play restarts, and with the substitution, could it be too little too late? Ball played up to Crabtree. Can't win the battle inside of the 18-yard box and gives away a free kick in the process. Players make their way up the field. Surprising to still see 5 Villages players along the line of defense of Little Rock. Now as they take this one out towards the sidelines, they're going to throw in for themselves. Good positioning by Aruda. Just make sure nothing got through. Aruda gets the ball back. Drops it back to Lukasic. Hold play towards his defense. It's the smart play, and immediately Little Rock starting to answer. Crabtree got his running shoes on. Giveaway. Villages able to take it away in the center of the field. Aruda. We're back with Lukasic. Over to Santos. Turns up the field. Carrera trying to get a chip in past the defense. Unsuccessful. Rangers trying to go on the attack again. About 10 minutes or so left here in regulation. Sabanda towards Blake in the middle of the field. That pass off the mark though. Santos steps to it. Gets the takeaway. Possession over along the sideline by Fred Ferreira. Little give and go between him and Aruda inside the 18. Aruda rolls right over the defender. It'll be a free kick. Couple of Rangers players just trying to stretch out on the sideline before the kick comes in. Little Rock, I believe, all out of substitutes for the rest of the contest. And play it up to Blake. Can't find it. Crabtree fires from distance. Sancho feels like it's a little bit of a wasted opportunity. Felt like he had plenty of room over on the right-hand side of the formation. Crabtree thought he saw an opening. Goal kick into Little Rock territory. Stags is able to pick it up. They've got possession. That's the good thing for them. Kusineski to deliver it out towards the near sideline. It's taken away by the Buffalo. Not much pressure immediately coming to Carrera. Unforced error. Cause a giveaway. Switching the field. Sabanda. Turn towards the center. Fires off a pass right towards the corner. And forced to get there in time. Unable to do so. Out for a goal kick. Nice idea by the Rangers, recognizing they have to move quickly. Knowing that one of their best chances would be those long balls where the defenders and the forwards both have to try and sprint onto them. Hoping that the fresher legs will have the advantage. Alvaro Carrera makes his way over the sideline for a substitute. Chris Dillon comes into the game to take his place. Villages, good possession inside Little Rock territory. Ferreira. It's dropped back. Inside their own half for just a moment. Blake able to take it away though. Sibanda skips over the tackle of Santos. Takes it out towards the left-hand side. Pressure coming the winger's way. Will be a throw-in. Quickly restart the action. Good spot to find Sancho on the other side of the field. Dylan, marking him, able to hold him off though. Good win for the Buffalo, just to be able to turn the ball around and went the other direction. Blake fires this one just over the crossbar. What a shot that was. Tiepo might have had that one covered. You never want to take any chances. Thankful that it didn't take an awkward deflection from one of the defenders in front. Dylan has it settled down, quite a bit of room around him. He's able to find Ferreira. Fred Ferreira turning up the field, gets that ball knocked away from him. Ferreira goes down. The Stags trying to turn things around. Mayo, pass to Sibanda, trying to switch the field, just not enough power on the ball, and it's intercepted by Morrow. Thankfully for the Rangers, able to quickly take it away. This one just over Crabtree, and it's taken away by Tiepo inside the 18. Trying to find Crabtree's tall frame inside the 18, unsuccessful. Both him and Blake acting as target men alongside Porsa. Porsa more designated as a midfield, but you have a good chance to go forward. Why not try and venture up the field, especially so late into a game. 87th minute, seconds away. Interception by the Villages, and now you can see the struggles that Little Rock was having earlier in the contest coming back into picture. It's just so difficult for them to link up with their forwards. Sibanda acting as the only chain between the two halves of the formation, basically. Trying to get a little bit more help now from Sancho on the right wing. The ball gets brought up. Beltran to Sibanda. The pass to Aneo. Blake back to Sibanda. And past the 18 is taken off his foot by Santos. Now the Buffalo head the other way. They'll get a free kick. It's a bit of a fortunate break for them. They've got a player down in the middle of the field as well. It looks like Adrian Chan coming into the game. He'll replace Fred Ferreira for the Villages. And then also Iago Lopez comes out onto the pitch. Will take place of another Ferreira, the goal scorer for the Villages. It's a hearty reception on the sideline from the coaching staff. That goal back in the 76th minute. A little over 10 minutes ago. Off 3 corners in a row, the Villages finally able to break through. The delivery from Morrow. And that one went into an unmarked Mateus Ferreira. Snuck his way inside of the 18. Despite all the Little Rock players crammed inside the box, somehow he was able to make his way through and find the game's only goal so far. A couple of minutes left to try and do something with it. Crabtree heads it on towards Tiepo. He falls onto it, trying to make sure it's safe and sound inside his grasp. Mentioned that earlier in the contest when it was on the other side of the field where Bluski was able to make a save, wasn't able to hang on to the ball, instead knocking it down despite other players in the area. Tiepo just trying to avoid that same situation happening to him and possibly gift wrapping a chance for Little Rock back in this game. Forza gives it out wide, in towards the middle, overshoots everyone yet again, out for another corner, a goal kick. Little Rock can't even pick up a corner now. Minimum of 7 minutes of stoppage time coming up here at TowneBank Stadium. The Southern Conference Final. Villages trying to make it 3 wins in a row here in the playoffs, all by a 1-goal margin. They defeated SC United Bantams 2-1. 2 efforts from Morrow being the difference maker there. Blake gets the pass off to Savanda. 2 defenders trying to close him down. He's forced to go backwards, retreating just a little bit. Still trying to keep the pressure on as Beltran goes up the field. A good pass. Campisi in towards the penalty spot. They can't finish. Second chance coming up. Across towards Crabtree. Campisi across the middle. Too many bodies in the area. And the Village is able to hold on. This one's going to be out for Village's throw. The man down, the linesman on the field. Sees a couple protests go his way. There's now a substitution for the Villages. Aruda coming out of the game. João Ribeiro, the replacement for him. Going deep inside of their own territory. With less and less time on the clock here at TowneBank Stadium. Little Rock just a bit more desperate to try and get the ball up the field. Runeo back to Subanda along the sideline. He's double teamed once again. Gets the pass off. Back in the formation. Sent up. It's knocked out of play. A little extracurriculars going on after the forward thought he was brought down unfairly inside the 18. So he was just trying to shake the defender off of him, as it looked for a moment like he was kicking out at the center back. Fortunate not to go into the referee's book there. We have quite a few yellow cards here tonight. Just about 4 of them, 2 to each side. Wroblewski almost acting as another defender here for his squad, outside of his box. They just try and bring more and more bodies up the field. Beltran. Give and go, trying to keep Chan busy. Pass goes all the way towards the near side of the field. Beltran sends it up inside of the 18. Headed out towards Morrow along the sideline. He's able to keep it in play for the moment and brings it back towards the center of the field. Just keeping it away from the white line along the side before it's sent out of bounds. Another throw in for the Villages. Now for Little Rock, unfortunately, they'll have to bring almost all their players back inside their own half. For this Buffalo throw-in, just trying to make sure that they're able to win the ball without too much time coming off the clock as it's taken towards the corner by Chan. Edge of the box. Wroblewski makes the parry, quickly picks it up, boots it down to the opposite end. This one just past the center circle. Sancho can't get his head on it. Instead, Mendez able to clear it away for the Villages. Touched out of bounds though by the Rangers. Another call that doesn't go their way. One more time coming off the clock. Chan gets upended, no call from the official. He'll have to hustle back as Uneo is right in front of him, bringing the ball up the field. Sent over towards the sideline. Edge of the box. Across, in towards the penalty spot. Knocked away by Mendez. And Dylan takes it towards the sideline before just playing it up. Beltran will keep the attack alive. Forces delivery. Knocked away by Santos. Chan taking things down, making his way over towards the sideline. Will be a free kick for the Villages. The Rangers can't believe it. The sideline quite frustrated. And it seemed like it was just an innocuous tangle of legs. And a yellow card to the coaching staff here at stoppage time of the Rangers. And for a team that hasn't conceded much all year long for the Rangers, is Dylan mounting an opportunity here. Ribeiro slides this one under the goalkeeper's arm, but he's offside. The Villages thought they had another one, but a quick restart sends the ball the other way. Conceding now 7 goals so far this season. But that one goal just proving to be the big difference maker, despite scoring 42 so far, averaging just about 3.5 per game, I believe. They can't find one when they seem to need it the most. Villages can sense they felt like enough time has gone off the clock. They're just waiting for that final whistle to sound. Linesman on the far side of the field just backing up the Buffalo into their own bench. Wroblewski settling it down for himself. Lays it up to Crabtree. Blake traps it down. Crabtree over on the sideline. Gets it back, crossing towards the middle for Blake. Takes it in stride, fires into the goal. The equalizer. The flag is gone, and the Rangers have brought it back in stoppage time. Moments ago, talking how they average 3.5 goals per game, they're finally able to get one. Sideline. The officials just trying to keep the benches apart. Tensions running high as Little Rock bench able to score with possibly one of the last kicks of the half. What a way to end regulation. Looks like we're going to extra time here at TowneBank Stadium. A brief pause before play will resume once more. 2 additional 15-minute periods coming up for us here at TowneBank Stadium. So definitely 30 more minutes of action coming up in Newport News before the next game starts up. It was a great give and go right outside the box between Blake and Crabtree. After winning possession over on the near sideline, quickly went towards the 18, found just a little bit of space and tried to capitalize. Good control. I believe it was Blake able to chest it down to Crabtree. He then was able to feed him inside the 18. And enough space just past one defender, and that was all he needed, firing a rocket just above Tiepo. Team's getting ready to get set back up out on the pitch. Rangers trying to organize themselves at the center line. Teams figuring out which sides they're going to be on. Now the game plans change just a little bit. In the previous 15 minutes or so, from before the previous 15 minutes, before that first goal from the Villages. We'll have to see how things go. Carried out from both sides. Littlewog with a bit of momentum on their side. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast would be those fresh pairs of legs up top for the forwards. They'll try and be the difference maker to quickly slide in past a defender. Use their speed to their advantage. Now with the Rangers starting things off, we'll see if they try and keep up that tempo. Two periods of 15 minutes coming up. Buffalo just standing and waiting, ready for this first period of extra time to kick off. That victory taken away from them right in the final kick of regulation. Whistle sounds and play resumes. Jan quickly moving along with Dylan, try and close down the midfielders for the Rangers. This ball is sent deep towards Mendez, heading it out along the end line. Goal kick coming up. Tiepo sends it up to Dylan. Puts a foot on it as it's out towards the sideline. Kept alive, though, by Blake. Puts it over to Oneo. Oh, dropped it inside the 18-yard box. The touch just a bit too heavy. The left winger is out for a goal kick. Sure, coming early from the Rangers. They're trying to ride this wave of momentum the best they can. We'll see if things change now that the Villages have the ball. Goes out towards the far sideline for Morrow. Picked up by Chan. He's upended. No call from the official. A fair challenge over on the left-hand side. Buffalo win the ball in the midfield, though. Lopez. Over to Morrow. He's hasn't been targeted too much in the second half. And here, perhaps in extra time, we'll look to utilize him over on the far wing. Short throwing for Santos. Ribeiro, one of the newest substitutes to come out onto the field for the Villages. Took the place of Aruda. There's Dylan taking it in towards his own defense. He'll find Ribeiro again. Trying to be a little bit patient here. The Villages back to it. Got things started so well for them in the first half of the game. Pass up the field by Lukasic. Lukasic on a yellow card, as well as Mendez. Those are the only two players still out on the field with a yellow card. Guillen and Corvino. Two other players issued a caution by the referee, but those players have been substituted out of the game. Going from Sancho towards Blake, the goal scorer for Little Rock. Trying to find space for a cross, keeps it in play over on the sideline. Sancho's pass out of bounds. Missed chance there for Little Rock to keep that possession for just a little bit longer. Possibly threaten Tiepo once more. Cuneo, now Beltran. A very measured game when it comes to bringing the ball forward are the Rangers, and one misstep like that gives the ball away to the Buffalo. Now we'll see what they can do with it. Not many chances for possession here in the first frame of extra time. Lukasic takes it on the wing. Dylan by the sideline. Ribeiro forced to bring it back into his defense for Mendez. Now Tiepo has it, the goalkeeper. Quickly, very quickly, the Rangers' defensive line moves up the field. That was played out of bounds up and over the head of Mensch. Crabtree. Felt pressure coming his way, couldn't get his pass off to find a teammate. Instead, he was just pickpocketed along the sideline. Ball goes out of bounds. Another throw in for the Stags. Not too much movement on the far side of the field for the Rangers. Little Rock goes backwards with the throw. Beltran takes it, surveys the field, has Sancho over on his right, plays him along the touchline. Back into Uneo. Kenshin Uneo, who's the first substitute of the game for the Rangers, came on just after the first half ended. Added a little bit of an injection of life into his team out on the field. Sabanda. Back to Beltran. Played up to Sabanda once more. Overlapping run from Sancho. Sabanda plays it up and over Crabtree. Of course, they can't keep it in play. He's targeted yet once more. A little bit of pressure coming from Crabtree, but nothing the Villages haven't seen before. More than comfortable to pass the ball around. It seems like their midfielders have been pushing up just a little bit too far with their forwards playing along that defensive line of the Rangers. Sort of echoing the issues that the Rangers had in the first half. Now coming to fruition here, in a sense, for the Villages in extra time. Seems to be a little bit more tempered when it comes to getting the ball forward, those midfielders. Of course, those substitutions as well coming into effect. They brought a couple players out onto the field in that midfield role. Transitioning up into the attack now. Ribeiro takes it. Had his jersey pulled just a little bit. No call from the official, just a throw in. With those substitutions, it was just a bit more attacking minded players, which isn't necessarily a bad thing at all, but you still need someone, of course, to bridge that gap in the midfield between the forwards and the defense. Crabtree nearly able to take that one away from the defense. And the Buffalo able to just be one step ahead of him. Field switch to Lukasic. Dylan gets it. Able to settle it down, turns up the field. Back to Lukasic. Nearly brought down, able to stay on his feet well enough. Play on from the official. Ribeiro switches the field. Good touch over on the far sideline. Pass up to Morrow. Trying to make something happen in the 2-on-1. Fighting to get the ball back. Uneo able to take it away though. Swain knocks the ball out of bounds. Throw in for the Buffalo inside Little Rock territory. About 10 minutes gone by here in the first frame of extra time. Chan. Delay a little bit. We'll pass off tomorrow. Can't find Dylan inside the 18 though. Moving up the field, Sabanda. The defender on his back. Free kick awarded, and looks like there'll be a yellow card coming up. Going to Ribeiro. Smart foul though from Ribeiro, recognizing the counterattack coming, and the player's not quite in the best positions. Tactical foul inside the center circle. Gets the play restarted far enough away. There's not quite an imminent threat from the Rangers. Hineo out to Zwain. Beltran gets it back in the center back position, in the middle of the formation. Blake along the edge of the pitch. So just touched away from him, out of bounds by Lukasic. Another throw-in coming up for Little Rock. We'll hand it off to Sancho. Quickly moving down is Campisi. Back across the middle, firing just off target. Play straight from the training ground there from Little Rock. Forces effort just off the mark though. They were able to find the goal that would put them in front for the first time tonight. Mendez looking to bring the ball up the field. Tango legs between him and Crabtree. Lopez hands it off to a teammate. Is now the Buffalo moving up the field. Right hand side. Pressure quickly coming and a free kick given. That was Porsa who gets called for the foul. Now this free kick in a dangerous enough spot. You could possibly drop a ball just in front of the back post, just outside the 6-yard box maybe. Something to keep Robleski guessing just enough to whether or not he should come off his line. Make him second guess himself. There's a little bit of a hesitation. Morrow's kick towards the penalty spot. It goes straight up. Headed away by the Rangers before being settled down by Lopez. Quite a bit of a ways out. Tries to go up through the middle. And Lopez, certainly that'll be a yellow card. Just hung on to the jersey prevent the counterattack from taking place too quickly, slowing Sabanda up enough. Of course, Lopez will call that one a tactical foul, and I think it wouldn't be too far off the mark there, as Crabtree can't shake free from the defender. Instead, the ball just goes to Tiepo. I think he could have won the header anyway. Ball being brought back up the field. Morrow is upended. Ayuneo, play on from the official. Village is able to get the ball back. Shaking free of the defenders, Andrade. Through the middle of the field. Into the attacking third now. 1-1. Goes past Dylan. Andrade trying to keep it alive. Goes out along the end line for a goal kick. Middle of the field. Blake. Luneo. Coming back towards the center. House gets over to Zwain. Orso back to Zwain, losing his footing. Still with the ball though. It's given away. And there's the whistle as Morrow thought he had a good counterattack. And now the Village's players getting up in the face of the official. They certainly need to back up just a little bit. Yellow card handed out. That one to number 5, Pedro Santos of the Villages. I certainly think that Villages might have had a point there at the end of the half. They had possession on a counterattack. Nevertheless, the 105th minute came and went. The referee decided to blow the whistle. Now, the official just having words with Andrade before the teams head over to their sideline. Take a bit of a break before the fourth period of extra, or the fourth period comes up. Second period of extra time. Villages with 5 players out on the field right now with yellow cards. Lukasic, Mendez, Ribeiro, Lopez, and Santos. Goals being scored by Mateus Ferreira. That was in the 76th minute for the Villages. With the last kick of regulation, 97th minute stoppage time. Was answered back by Ethan Blake. The Rangers get set, making their way back out onto the field. Another 15 minutes of action await us here at TowneBank Stadium before this Southern Conference final comes to a close, and still 1-1 after these next 15 minutes. We'll go to a penalty shootout. Certainly have to get there first, though. 15 minutes, more than enough time for one of these two sides to find the breakthrough. They certainly have the pieces on each of their rosters. Now, Porsa, Sabanda, Blake, Crabtree, Muneo as well out on the field for Little Rock. Dylan, Morrow, Lopez, even Mendez as well to an extent, despite being in the defense. Certainly has quite a bit of an impact on the game. He's trying to eliminate chances for the Rangers. So Dylan will kick things off here for the second round of 15 minutes. Last bit of extra time. Referee's just making things are all set to go. The whistle sounds. And here we go. Once again, Lopez turns this over to Mendez. They're just playing a slow game from their own defense. The Rangers trying to answer quickly, and you can see all those red jerseys moving up the field. They forced a turnover already. Blake trying to get the ball quickly, but Have to be slowed down just a little bit. Thrown along the far sideline, just in front of the Buffalo bench. Headed on towards Blake. He's inside the 18. He's pushed off the ball. No call from the official. Ball gets poked all the way back to Wroblewski. Defender just coming up a bit short there. Looked like it was Sancho over on the right side of the formation. Trying to stretch things out now. Ball is played up along the right sideline of the formation for the Buffalo, but Zwain able to take it away. Uneo up the field, moving quickly is Porsa. It's dropped back for him. He gets there first before the defender. Sabanda back into the defense now. Ball sent back up. Sabanda can't get there in time. Morrow able to take it away for the Villages. Far side of the field, brought forward. Chan doesn't find Dylan, instead drops it back. Ribeiro. Mara, more pressure coming his way. Into the defense, Mendez over to Andrade. A little bit of daylight in front of him, he takes it. We're able to spot a teammate over on the far side. Great touch to bring the ball down. Just all the red jerseys dropping back now to prevent anything further from this Buffalo offense. Lopez playing a patient game and now moving it up the field. Santos over to Morrow on the other side. The Stags come through with a hard challenge. Morrow gets toppled off the ball. Counterattack for Little Rock. Ball played to Crabtree. He's able to take it away from the defender. Now turning towards the outside. Porsa able to find Zwane. Along the end line. That one rolled out. Goal kick coming up. As Tiepo takes a moment to tie his laces up real quick. I think it was a good pass up through the middle of the field for the Rangers. They were almost able to find a potential shot on target. I'm going to challenge Tiepo once more. And we'll see what the Villages offense has left here at this stage of the game. Uneo back to Beltran up through the middle of the field. Sabanda trying to dance his way through a couple of Buffalo defenders. Campisi turning towards the middle of the field, fires off a cross in towards the middle, headed away by the defense. Second chance coming up. Borsa. For Sabanda to take a throw. He quickly finds Blake. Touched along right to Tiepo. Not enough power behind it for Uneo. Crabtree gets whistled for an infraction on Mensch, and they'll go into the referee's book. We're in the 110th minute. Free kick coming up. Andrade is going to be the man to take it. Morrow on the opposite side. To Mendez. Short pass for Lopez, and it's back to the same game plan for the Villages. The possession game. Content to bring the ball forward. Just wait for that one opportunity that you've been looking for. They don't see anything right away. So they take their time. Miscued pass. Heads back over to Lopez. Tiepo boots it up the field. A bit of pressure coming his way. Decides to just get rid of it. Lukasic along the far side. This one goes out for a goal kick. Lukasic and Chan trying to link up just on the edge of the 18-yard box. Defense able to hold them off though. Robluski. Boots the ball up, clears the halfway line. Can either side really come down with it? Dylan does. Zwane with a big challenge. Sabanda heads it out towards the sideline for Blake. Morrow trying to step up, challenge him. Unable to do so, the ball gets by him. Sabanda. Campisi moving with pace up the field. That last touch got too far out in front of him. Mensch, good awareness to step quickly. Dylan couldn't find Mensch though on the counterattack. A frustrating moment there for Nikolai Mensch. He was all alone on the bottom side of the field. And Mensch gets set once more. Comes over to offer a bit of support, and heads up the field. And Riley can't find him, and instead it's over to Lukasic. Now with Mendez once more. Santos with Lopez. Now Mensch goes. Gonna drop this one just past the defense. Mensch goes down. So the shoulder-to-shoulder contacts between him and Zwane. I think it was a bit of a tough fall for Mensch. Possibly might have hit his head on the grass. Medical staff coming over just to check him out. Once or twice over. These players quickly hustle over to the sideline. Try and get a couple sips of water while they have a chance. Mensch says he's good to go, but he'll still get a quick evaluation. Got the thumbs up from the medical staff over on the near side of the field. And he just has to wait for the officials to go ahead. Ball about to be handed back to Robluski. Robluski has it and rolls it out. Sabanda up the field. It's dished out to Zwane. Campisi drops it back. Now the Rangers will try and pull the defense to the opposite side of the field. Maybe create some gaps in towards the middle. Headed away by Mendez. Good defensive clearance. Luneo's pass out towards Blake. That'll switch the field. Zwane knocks it down. Campisi. Back to Zwane. looking for an opening, can't find it. Instead just plays it inside the 6 for Crabtree. Morrow watches this one roll out towards the sideline, keeps it in play before knocking it off the defender to the forward for a goal kick. Player down on the field now for the Rangers. Up inside the 18. Now getting both of his legs stretched out. One from a pair of defenders. Only one substitute left on the bench for the Rangers. That is their backup goalkeeper, Javier Pedra. So he'll be coming in for Cesar Sancho. You don't see that too often, the backup goalkeeper making his way out onto the field wearing a field kit up at the top of the formation. Michael Florian trying to get ready up at the center circle for the Villages. That substitution's been held off for now. Looked like Mensch thought his number was called. We'll see if he ends up going over to the sideline as Chan heads this one over, left side. All dropped and knocked out of play. Corner kick coming up. I don't think you'd want to use that substitution now if you're the Villages. Wait for another chance as Morrow heads over to the sideline. He'll take this corner. Andrade joins the attack. 7 yellow jerseys inside of the 18. This one just past the penalty spot, headed down by Santos. And a free kick given away. One called against the Villages inside the 18. The players will take all the time they need. Get the ball back over to Wroblewski. Free kick from Wroblewski up the field. Headed away by Mendez. Gets called for the foul. Free kick halfway between the 18 and the center circle. Substitute still not coming up for the Villages just yet. We'll see how much stoppage time gets added on at the end of the 120 minutes. Subando with the kick. Fires this one just past the wall and past the post as well, out of bounds for a goal kick. It's like 3 minutes of stoppage time. Minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time coming up. See if the teams possibly try for one more chance to go forward, or be a bit more content to ride it out and try their luck in a penalty shootout. Villages looks to be mounting another attack. Up to Mensch. Gets it over to Dillon inside the 18. Morrow in the middle. This one goes all the way through. Morrow a second chance. Fired from the top of the box. Sails up and over the crossbar. Very nearly another goal for the Villages. There was 3 shots or so, 3 chances inside the 18. Not one of them connecting though. A couple very good looks, but in the end, Nagluski not even tested as the ball goes out of bounds. A throw in for the Rangers. Penalty kicks looking more and more likely here as it's touched out of play once more. Another throw coming up. Blake. Sabanda has that one just too far out in front of him. Can't make a touch to control the ball. It's sent down the line out of play. Village's defensive line trying to move as a unit here. Just make sure that no one slips through unmarked. Sabanda gets the pass off his foot. Blake up the line to Pedra. Out of bounds, Buffalo throw-in. Chance over on the left-hand side, but off the mark from Chan. Uncharacteristic passing error from him. Couldn't find the ball and direct it towards the center of the field. Bluski asking for his team to move up the field. They want to get the ball out of their own half. Their stoppage time is likely about to come to a close. There's the whistle. So into penalty kicks we go. We're at TowneBank Stadium. Pushing our Eastern Conference final back just a bit later. Best of 5 for the kicks coming up. And after that, if nothing to split the two teams, we'll go into a sudden death penalty shootout. And all of the players had to be out on the field to be eligible for the lineup. So unfortunately for both sides, they can't bring those players back out onto the field that they substituted out earlier. We'll see which half the teams select to take their kicks on. There's so much thought that goes into a shootout. There's a goalkeeper as well as the player taking the kick. Two options as a kick taker, power replacement. Typically not able to get both. Risk sending it off the frame. There's a goalkeeper as well. You try and study the approach that the kick taker is taking on his way up to the ball. Just make that split-second reaction. Important that you stay on the line, of course. Seen plenty of penalty kicks get brought back. The goalkeeper leaving his line just a bit too early. Not too many worse feelings than making an important save on a penalty kick, only for it to be called back because you left your line too early as a goalkeeper. The two teams in the next game coming up, the Nor'easters as well as Lionsbridge. Going to warm up just a bit over on the far side of the field. As the Rangers make their way out towards the center line. Wroblewski standing with the officials. No doubt at the culmination of this game, every single player out on the field will be completely exhausted, including the goalkeepers, with this sort of chess match that they have going on with each of the kick takers. Tiepo and Wroblewski make their way over towards the goal with a couple of the officials. Just read the rules once more, just to make sure everyone's clear that when they can't leave their line. What happens when they do as well. Neither goalie currently with a yellow card. Seen cards handed out to goalkeepers leave their line too early multiple times. Goalkeepers wish each other luck, as looks like Wroblewski is headed to the line first. The Villagers will take the first kick. This one will be taken by Lucas Morrow. Morrow scored 2 goals in the 2-1 win against SC United Bantams. An action-packed night tonight. Able to get on the score sheet. Certainly not for lack of trying those. Studies Wroblewski. Trying not to give anything away at all. Southpaw steps back. Morrow. Wroblewski, both players ready. Begins the step up. Fires this one into the corner. Wroblewski dives the wrong way. Morrow able to convert. Wishes the best of luck to his goalkeeper, Tiepo. As Sabanda makes his way up to the penalty spot to take the kick for the Rangers. Sabanda gets set, as well as Tiepo. Go ahead from the official. Fires this one wide. A 1-goal advantage for the Villages after Sabanda can't convert. Tiepo guessed the right way. The ball beat him as well as the post. You see there, Sabanda just tried to combine the power with the placement. Shot off the mark. Up next for the Villages is Nikolai Mensch. Mensch gets ready. Powers this one in the same spot. Mensch converts, and now a 2-goal advantage for the Villages. Mensch and Morrow taking almost identical kicks. Mensch is with the right foot, Morrow's with the left, both with the same result though. The goal for the Villages. Campisi. As he gets prepared, facing off with Tiepo. This one stopped by Tiepo, but it slips under him into the back netting. Such a big goal there for Campisi, keeping his side in it. This ball gets handed over to Lukasic for the Villages. Bluski would be huge if he's able to come up with a save here. Opting for placement, sending it into the right-hand corner. He's able to convert as well. 3 shots, 3 scores for the Villages. Now the answer coming from Zwane. Slowly making his way up the field, up to the penalty marker. That was perfectly placed in that last shot from Lukasic. Zwane gets ready. Stares down Tiepo. Stares at the ball and tucks it into the top right corner. Not much you can do that. There is a goalkeeper. Able to keep his side in the game. Whiskey moves over in between the pipes. Pedro Santos comes over to take the kick. This is the 4th penalty kick for each side. The start of the 4th round. All 3 converted for the Villages. 2 converted for Little Rock. Chance to put all the pressure on the Stags if Pedro Santos can convert here. Fires and tucks it away. Right along the right-hand corner, just inside the post. Wroblewski guessed the right way, couldn't get to the ball in time. Now it's Uneo. He has to convert this. Must get the ball into the goal past Tiepo. Pressure of the squad on his back. He's able to tuck it away and convert. Kenshin Uneo able to withstand the pressure. Now a chance to go a perfect 5 for 5 here for the Villages. Leonardo Andrade moves up. Wroblewski possibly facing one last test. Tiepo turns around to look at the last moment. Watching from the sideline. Andrade, a chance to win the game. Fires this one right down the middle. The Southern Conference champions the Villages SC. A perfect 5 for 5 off the back of flawless penalty kicks. Andrade books his ticket, as well as the rest of his teams, into Sunday night's matchup. Southern Conference champions, the Villages SC. They move on to the Final Four. That'll take place on Sunday. They'll face either the winner of this match coming up, so either the Ocean City Nor'easter or Lionsbridge FC. A hard-fought game by both sides. Heartbreak for Little Rock as they did so well in the shootout, but in the end, it's the Buffalo that advance. We'll stick around as we have the Eastern Conference Final coming up in just a few minutes or so. Once again, a big congratulations to the Villages SC Buffalo. They're able to come out on top in such a tightly contested match.
Thank you.